What do YouTube? Welcome to Hip Hop World. It's your boy Papa Benji. We are back with another visual today. Y'all know these visuals get very critical. Without further ado, God is good and God bless you all. The most positivity and prosperity in your aura. I want to give a shout out to all the new members and the new subscribers in the community. Make sure y'all take the time out and join the membership and support your boy Benji, man. We are live on Twitch and Kick. Make sure y'all drop and follow in the description below, man. Grab some Zaza popcorn, whatever y'all need, and let's lock in.
Threw it out and he began to finger me. And I think that's what triggered, like, when I was raped before on the beach club by 4 guys.
Being completely truthful and open, we did have sex. I have never disclosed it as my mom. Now she would have a heart attack.
Different victims sat in front of investigators and
well, goddamn. Ain't that's a crazy way to start it off? Brody trying to get coins.
described the unthinkable of their gymnastics coach, a man they trusted, trained them, mentored them, and then abused that trust in the worst ways possible. For years, they stayed silent until one report and a single social media post exposed what had been happening behind closed doors inside a Key Biscayne gym.
Nah, that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick, my boy. Like, don't you think you're a little too old to be doing that? Like, come on, bro. Let's be honest, like, come on, bro. Niggas don't be able to get nobody they age or it's just a fetish. It's just a fetish. That's just creepy as fuck.
And then he was like, I'm just gonna
definitely a predator.
I'm gonna just do it. And that was what. And then he took out a
Oscar Olea was a gymnastics coach in Key Biscayne, Florida, trusted by parents, admired by students, and embedded in the community for more than 10 years. But in 2023, a single social media post would reopen a story authorities failed to stop years earlier. In September of 2023, a mother reported that her 7-year-old daughter's coach had made sexual comments during practice, including a statement about her body. And that is when police brought Oscar Olea in for questioning. Some of the following footage has never been seen before.
And I understand that you say that you have to touch all parts of their bodies while you're doing a gymnastics move. I'm talking about strictly
professionally
as you're doing a gymnastic move.
Yes, depending on the movement, yes.
They're alleging that you
sick.
touched her butt and chest while she was performing a gymnastics move. I understand that that's part of your job.
At certain moments, there's a touch. A chest touch is if they're leaning forward, like too forward, you put chest in, like this. You don't go to where the nipples are and be like chest in. No, you go chest.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you should try and lift your hand up a little higher. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's kind of weird.
And one of the reasons
it's the nose too, Jazz.
Do that. Well, I do that is because I've said multiple times, oh, put your chest in, and they suck in their stomach and they're here. Or I'm like, hey, chest in.
Look nasty, hell yeah.
They still do the same errors.
Yes.
So there's moments, yes, and touching the culo type of thing, it's more of a tight, or like from the side.
What?
Stay tight, and there's moment from like tight, squeeze, in that manner.
Okay.
nigga, you about to get fried.
Aside from those type of touches,
guilty.
Do you remember ever tickling this particular child?
Tickling her?
Yes.
Rebecca, yeah, me and her, the mom who saw me multiple times, tickle her in person.
Nigga, what? Wow, bro, you too comfortable with saying that though. I ain't gonna lie.
To what they say there in an appropriate manner, touching the chest or tickling the chest or the butt in that way, no. Or even touching the other area, no.
As expected, Oscar denied.
See, certain motherfuckers need to be like gymnastic rooms need to be having cameras in there. You know what I mean? Because that's a public area, especially if you're training minors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because there should be no reason, just like karate class and stuff like that. Everywhere should have a camera within where you teaching children, whether it's tutoring class, all type of shit, because safety is important. You know what I mean? I feel like cameras should be in them type of areas where you handling children and stuff like that, because you can't trust these motherfuckers, bro. They will be capable of doing anything like this, and they will lie about it because nobody got cameras or no efficient evidence to get your ass.
Any wrongdoing, the investigation into the 7-year-old and a second child, just 4
What? Hell nah, bruh.
4 years old, was ultimately closed with no charges. The officers cited inconsistencies and lack of corroboration, but the case didn't end there. Word of the investigation spread quietly through the community, and that's when adult women began to come forward. Majorly, former students of Oscars, not rumors, not online posts. They showed up and had formal
This a goddamn Diddy case.
Interviews with detectives. Each of them narrated the horrible evil Oscar Olea had perpetrated years ago.
Like, being a person who does have as well, like, it's hard with details, but I will tell you, to the best of my absolute abilities, from what I remember, because keep in mind that day, I was, I think, beyond more blackout drunk and definitely incapacitated. That I had other friends of mine fill in the pieces. And I even had a friend of mine who witnessed something that he did in front of her.
Okay, so when you say all that stuff, you know, my friend, we're gonna need
The name, I got it.
and all that
I
stuff.
got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, so we left off that you were drinking 4 locals
Yep.
from the Exxon gas station. You don't know exactly
Who got it, who brought him, yeah.
Okay, and then what happened?
Then we were all hanging out, and I myself, I don't remember this, but according to what, like, others, I guess, are saying, or according to what he's saying, I reached out to Oscar Olea via Snapchat.
Who's he?
Oscar.
Okay.
That's what he said. I don't remember. I think I'm pretty sure I was like, I'm here at the Grand Bay just having drinks, not really ever inviting him over to come, because I was with my other friends and he was way over the age, and it would have been a little weird to have him there.
So do you know how you communicated with him?
Via Snapchat, and they asked me like, oh, what are you up to? I'm like, I'm here having drinks at the Grand Bay. There's no way that I said, because I wouldn't have, you know? Especially knowing when I have a friend there that strongly disliked him.
Okay.
Do y'all believe her? She talking too much. I think she's talking about a lot of bullshit. Get
So
to the point.
Let's go back.
Right.
So you're
right.
at the Grand Bay with friends. You're on Snapchat.
Yeah, I entered Snapchat,
Okay.
right? Because that's what you do. You Snapchat your events.
Right. And then he reached out to you.
What are you up to? And I said, I'm here at the Grand Bay having drinks. Well, the next thing I remember is he shows up, and me and my friend Andrea Diaz, we were in the jacuzzi.
When you say he shows up, who are you referring to?
Oscar Olea shows up. Once he shows up, Oscar Olea shows up, the majority of my buddies left. Because for whatever reason, they just left.
God bless you.
Me and Andrea Diaz
Welcome to the Twitch, brother.
decided that we were going to stay in the jacuzzi. And we did.
We got a gymnastic pretty, man. A gymnastic pretty. Wild work. Can't
not
even get
have bathing
exercises
suits,
in
so we were
peace.
basically in like our bra and underwear in the water. Next thing I remember, because again, you're like in and out of it, I was in the water. And he laid down on the floor, like to get at my level, put his hand in the water, and took my underwear off, threw it out, and he began to finger me.
Wow.
When I had not consented to doing that. And he did that in front of my friend, and I just froze and just let it happen. And I think that's what triggered, like, a memory of when I was the year before on the beach club by 4 guys. And I kind of freaked out and wanted.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sorry for her to even have to experience something like that and have to live with that for the rest of her life. I wish nobody have to experience that at all. You get what I'm saying? And for the ladies in the chat too, I apologize that y'all have to even hear this bullshit right here. This shit is crazy. But that shit is sad. Like, real life stuff like this be going on in the world, bro. And you feel me? People be scared to speak up. But I'm glad that God is good. Because I'm glad that she's able to speak up. And at least he's going to be able to be charged for something. I hope it's a good charge, though.
To get out of the water and leave, and
Yeah,
freaking out.
brother,
repeating like that I was raped and stuff like that, telling him like, you know, you can't be doing that to me, you know. I was in and out of consciousness, and by memory-wise, it's like so blurry, but like you can remember, like that was something that I suppressed, but that was something that I will never forget. Was him just touching me down there without even me knowing, and in the state of mind, I was incapacitated. I wasn't capable. And I'm more mad at myself for letting that happen when I should have screamed or something.
I know this is a little difficult, but I need to go back. So, Andrea knew that you were...
I was 3 weeks shy of 16. I turned 16 a few weeks or months later. He got me in his house, in his apartment where he lived with his mom, and I think East Enid or somewhere around there. And at first I was like, oh, I need to go get something in my apartment, just hang out here on the couch. And it was a 1-bedroom apartment. And he's like, you want something to drink? I go, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. He brings out his favorite thing.
Bless you, Jazz.
He pours me some, gets me drinks. Then I started getting a little tipsy. Then he starts touching me. And I'm here like, oh, like, this older man is all up on me. This is not the first time. Yeah, this is not the first time. This one was the event that, like, separated us.
That's what I'm saying. You found yourself in that man's house. I don't think you had no business in his house either. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
From ever having any more contact, period. He took advantage of me big time.
Who did you tell?
I told no. He told me don't tell anyone.
Okay, that was 16. When this happened here at the Grand Bay, how old were you?
I believe I was 17.
How long has this been going on?
2000.
After, yeah, the title says after years of private lessons. You gotta be lying to me, bro.
11, yeah.
From that moment, from 16 to 17, how many other times were you with Olea?
Plenty.
God bless you, LB.
So it was consensual?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That shit is not cool. You feel me, to even go through, you know? Like, God bless y'all that y'all strong enough to be here the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out here that clocks theyself out for certain stuff like that, you know? And I'm glad that y'all here as well, you know? And I'm glad that people are able to speak up about them certain things too. Because that's not something that can be easy talked about. You know what I mean? That's not something that can be easily discussed or easily brought up. So for y'all to be able to share y'all parts and y'all experiences, I commend y'all 1000. I commend y'all.
Sometimes consensual.
I salute y'all, man.
Like the time that he stuck a glass beer or wine bottle up my vagina. I did not want that. I bled that it hurt so much.
Okay, that was when?
Oh, what the hell? He's wildin', man.
I can't begin. I don't remember what year it was. This was... I think this was before that incident.
Okay.
And because this was the incident.
God bless y'all.
Did you say it?
I was terrified. Who am I going to tell that he did that to?
And you didn't even tell a friend of yours what occurred? No?
I told no one. I was ashamed.
God bless y'all.
Okay.
And if nothing happened, when I was who's going to listen to me when I say that? Where's the proof?
This report occurred on this evening at the Grand Bay when you filed this report back in 2011?
Yes. That day that it was filed, because believe it or not, Oscar was the one who called the police, trying to make himself like a hero, saying that I wanted to have sex with him when I did not. I never not once said that. And he's saying that no, I said no to having sex. But yet you're fondling me. You're touching me.
Did you mention any of...
It's the fact that my nigga, like, you gonna try and blame a child and you're a grown ass man. You're a grown ass man. You can think on your own. What make you think they gon' like I understand that she felt like she was scared because she was young. You know what I'm saying? She was very young. Who gonna believe a child over an adult? You know what I mean? But that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. People take children's shit very lightly, very heavy. That shit is very strict. You know what I mean? And as a kid, y'all, we don't, as kids, we don't know. We don't know how the law really works. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like when you call the police, you don't know if they're gonna come and help you or not, because you never experienced them kind of things. You kind of have to go through trial and error with certain situations. You know what I mean? Like I know like now older females would be able to speak up, but it depends. It definitely depends, you know, because a male is definitely more aggressive and they can be more threatening within the situation. It's just hard. That shit just hard, bro. I don't like people like that. Like, you can't control somebody, bro. You can't control somebody at the end of the day, bro. If they want to walk out that door, they could walk out that door. You can't trap nobody in no type of house. You gotta let them be free at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You can't force nobody to do anything, bro. They are their own person, bro. You get what I'm saying? You can't have no slave, bro. Nobody is your slave, bro. Nobody is demanded to do anything. So it's like, yo, motherfucker gotta give that same grace to everybody at the same time too. That shit crazy. Crazy how many had the same story. That's a fact. That's what's fact, bro.
That when the police...
when I was talking with the police present, they had to put me on handcuffs because I didn't know where I was, who was around me, who was touching me. I was kicking and screaming, freaking out.
Shit had you traumatized,
I
PTSD.
kept saying, you know, I was raped. What is this going to do to me now?
Did Andrea come forward to the police, or did after the following day, when you guys spoke, did you guys come to the police to tell the police what was going on? Why not?
The video delayed.
Pure fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of repercussions. Fear of him doing something. Fear of me being cyberbullied on top of that.
What would lead you to believe what occurred prior to all of this incident that you would have to fear Oscar Olea?
Right.
I'll tell you why. Because when I was raped, different scenario, different people, online, I was bullied. I was being told I got the monkey beat out of me. I deserved to have been raped. I was
who the if people were saying that to you, that's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, dead ass. Like, people, like, and that's the thing about social media. That's why you can't really like feed into what people say. Because I get comments, not like that, but I get comments called out of my name a lot of times. You know what I mean? It's about having to ignore that type of shit. Like, you can't let that shit beat you up, man. Definitely can't. And it's a crazy and weird situation that this was what happened to you, you know?
It was
it's sad.
I deserved everything coming at me.
Definitely
I was
manipulative.
in hiding away from Key Biscayne for 3 months at the Ritz-Carlton in the Grove because I didn't want anybody to see me or know anything about it, because that's what happens. Victims get shamed all the time. So it's like enough for me to be like, you know what, I'd rather not deal with it. I'd rather forget about it and move on. But my mistake now is look at what he's doing to other people.
The very next day, a former student came forward, and her account of what Oscar did to her was beyond forgivable.
So we're here referencing...
Whoa. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. It wasn't just one. It wasn't just one. You piece of shit.
A case that originally started back
crazy,
on March 29th, 2012. You're familiar with that?
Yes.
Okay, and your mother came into the Key Biscayne Police Department and filed a report, an information report at that point, regarding that she was concerned about a relationship that was happening between you and Oscar Olea.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead in your words, and if you can, start explaining what occurred.
I started gymnastics. I was in 8th grade. I believe it was 2011. And I would do group classes. I really liked the sport, and Oscar portrayed himself as a good coach. He was also young, so he would try and bond with us. And, you know, as young kids, you perceive that as fun. You don't see the red flags. And so I started to enjoy the classes. And he suggested that we do private classes so that I could, you know, I started wanting to compete. So he said for my improvement, I would need private classes. So we started the private classes. He had my cell phone number. He would text me before classes, after classes. At this point, at the beginning, everything was just friendly. You know, I opened up to him a lot about my life. At that time, my parents got divorced when I was young. My father was just
That's
like
sad.
a checkbook to me in my life.
Definitely manipulated these ladies and took advantage of these ladies. You motherfucker. Why would you do such a thing?
He was never physically there. He was just, you know, if you need money, here's a check. And
yeah, beat his ass for sure.
Oscar found that out, he started portraying himself as that figure. Oh, I'm an older brother to you. Oh, I'm your friend. Oh, I'm this. But always with little, very inappropriate side comments. I was bullied as a kid.
Okay, when you say inappropriate, what's inappropriate?
Inappropriate, he would make comments about
it don't be that
body,
easy,
my
bro.
physical body, you know.
Especially as a kid.
About, you know, you're beautiful. But
I mean, you right though, LB.
you know when someone
definitely
genuinely
right.
says it to you, and you know when someone says it to you, like hitting on you, I would say, you know, with that tone, with the little eye winks, those little stares. I could see it, but to me at that time, I was like, wow, everyone has treated me bad. I've been bullied for my looks, bullied for the...
That's something, that's like some embarrassing shit, bro. That's like catching a sexual infection and you trying to figure out how to tell your partner you got a sexual infection or tell your parents you got a sexual infection. You get what I'm saying? Especially if it's your first time. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is why it works, bro. Shit is just sad.
This bullied for that. And finally, there's one person that thinks I'm enough. You know, I'm enough for that person.
How old were you when that occurred?
I was 13, 14, around that year. So I believe I started when I was 13 and concluded when I was 14.
How old was Oscar?
He was 12 years older than me. I remember clearly. So he was, I believe, 26, 27, okay. 28, around that age.
Where were the classes at? Where did you originally start?
We started, I don't know, I think it's L'Esplanade, it's called the Plaza.
I wonder if she told her parents where she was going and stuff like that. Because I would, like, you're right at another note. I would tell. And I wouldn't be scared to tell. I'm just a little confused.
Next to the square, the pink one.
Okay.
Just a little confused.
Or next to the Village Green, actually. The one next to the park in American Gymnastics.
But I can't judge them.
So
I'm not them.
We started. Sometimes
I really can't.
We would train with a group class in the community center, but it was very, you know, it was less times. It was more times that we were at American Gymsters. I also did the summer camp over there that they had over the summer.
Okay. Okay, continue.
So once, you know, I started feeling that I was enough for someone, that is the way that he was able to have a relationship with me, because I was used to being the black sheep, you know, or being not enough, and having the attention of someone, having the love, you know, in my eyes it was the love of someone, made me open up to having a relationship with him. My mom, so my parents are divorced, they were very easy for me to manipulate them. So I had always said I wanted an older brother.
You wild. See, you wild as fuck.
An older brother, and I started describing Oscar as, oh, he's like an older brother, he's an older brother. My mom gained
oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you grown as fuck. Why you trying to be an older brother than my daughter, bro? You got me fucked up, bro.
Confidence in him, and she met him and invited him over to see who he was, and he was very good at portraying himself as an older brother.
I wouldn't even be like taking that lightly.
And I would walk to school. Sometimes he would pick me up and take me, you know, without anybody knowing. I would walk home from school. He would pick me up and take me back, and I still remember he had a silver Acura.
Yeah, to wait that long is wild work.
Eventually, when I went to high school, the same thing. I even have a picture of me in his car that I can give to you guys.
Okay.
When I was in school, he would still pick me up at that time when I was still training.
When he was picking you up?
Pick me up in school.
Did your mom know that he was picking you up?
My mom, I believe she did know at that time that he was picking me up.
Yo, bro, yeah, that mom is too fucking comfortable, bro. Oh my goodness.
Then... Well, things started progressing after when I started doing the classes. Like,
that's understandable,
Jazz. He would hold my hand,
he
would start telling me that he would love me, that we were going to be together, that my age didn't matter, that we were going to, you know, grow up. And now, you know, being married for 8 years, and I think about it and I'm like, wow, like I wish, you know, I would see, but at that age, it's an illusion. Life is an illusion. It's not, you know, you don't.
Shorty, you see, that's exactly why I say what I say, bro. Motherfuckers be old as fuck, already ruined and bitter, and then they want to come to the younger crowd and manipulate them like they have it going on and shit. Whole time they not nothing. You get what I'm saying? That be a whole lot of people, and then it be the older motherfuckers that be manipulating the younger females, and some of the younger females be with it too. And then once they get trapped and stuff, then they be all pregnant by this grown ass man and shit like that. Like it's kind of some movie shit, but it's really crazy. I seen a girl get put out of her house for speaking up. Their mom chose to pray. That's wild work. See, and sometimes it be in home. You know, the mom be having a boyfriend and. It just be like some movie shit, bro. It be so sad.
The reality of it.
It be so sad,
so he was
man.
Coming to me with this illusion that it was all I wanted because I came from such a broken childhood. And he started kissing me. So he would, you know, before anything physical, he would just kiss me when he would say hi, kiss me when he would say bye, hug me, hold my hand.
Where was he kissing you?
In the mouth.
Okay.
Was it just peck?
It started with the peck and then with tongue and kissed me like in a
French kiss.
Like a French kiss, okay. However you want to call it. Then from that, I remember one time clearly, you know, this was 12 years ago. So I can't tell you day by day how it went, but I can tell you one time I remember clearly we were in American Gymnastics, it was a private lesson. I believe it was from 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. It was, you know, by the time that we finished, it was dark outside. American Gymnastics was on the second floor of that plaza. No one was there anymore, you know, it was very dark. He started putting, when we were picking up for class, he started putting like equipment against the wall.
Even when you're 16,
things, like gymnastics equipment to cover. And I still remember to this day, if you walk into American Gymnastics, you have here, it was like the cubicles to put your shoes where the parents can sit. Here was a front desk. Over here, there was like a little stair thing to go to a monkey bar, and then it was the bars.
Okay.
He pushed me once everything was covered and off against the stair part of the monkey bar. He pushed me and he starts kissing me and touching me and telling me that I'm beautiful, that he loves me, you know. And we had kissed before, so I was like, okay, this is a little strange, but you know, we had kissed before. And then he starts touching.
Oh, that's the sound inside of the office. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Touching me, running his hands through my body all the way down, pulls my leotard to the side, and sticks his finger inside of me.
Yeah, they kids.
Okay.
Cause it's kind of like, all right, you can get kicked out when you. It can happen whatever age. If they decide to kick you out when you're 13, they can't legally kick you out. You know what I mean? They can put you out, but they can't legally kick you out. So it's either you're going to be mistreated or you're going to have to be spoken up eventually, you know? You got to talk to somebody. You know? But it's kind of hard if you do get kicked out around that age, because it's like, how can you fend for yourself at that age? You need your mother and your parents. You depend on your mother and your parents. And for them to leave you outside, they're gonna face consequences regardless, because they left a minor out on their own. You get what I'm saying? Once you an older person, then it hit different. That's why it's hard to speak up as well too, because you can be experiencing cyberbullying and bullying in any matter of the fact. It don't have to be scared of him, but you can be bullied about that shit, bro. That shit don't be cool, bro. Plus it be giving people PTSD and traumatize them a lot.
For me, at that point, I was, you know, I had never had a relationship with anyone. I had never had, you know, I started dating someone, but this was after. So
it's kind of hard though, LB.
Relationship or anything with anyone. So for me, it was a
can't
shock.
think like that for everybody.
In my mind, I was wanting to say no, did push to say no, but at the same time, in my eyes, at that young age, he was the only person that loved me, the only person that was there for me, the only person that accepted me for who I was. So it was that conflict, you know, should I say stop, scare him away and lose him, or should I, you know, allow him? Because for me, it was always clear he was an older person, you know, and for me, it was always clear that if I would say no, he would go to someone else, you know. But I did say stop that day, and he stopped, and he told me that I couldn't tell anyone of what happened, that he told me that I couldn't tell my parents, that what he did out of love because he loves me, that he doesn't do that with anybody else, that it was
Oh, he just started trying to sauce up the situation, you motherfucking weirdo.
just me trying to make me feel okay, you know. We left it at that. He actually dropped me off that day.
Cause you gotta think about Bill Cosby cases. You gotta think about the R. Kelly cases, Diddy cases, all them little cases. You know what I'm saying? Telling them they should have spoke up. Especially what type of title they have. Nobody's gonna believe them over somebody with a bigger name than them. You know, you kind of got to think of it as that. He not like at that level, but you kind of get what I'm saying. It's a little, I don't know. It's a little weird. You shouldn't even be put in that, have to be put in that category as you touched such and such child or this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? That shouldn't even be brought up. For the fact that you're even doing that, it raises question. You get what I'm saying? Like nigga, my name will never be tied to nothing in that sort of measure at all. Because I know the type of person I am, and I would never put myself in that position. You get what I'm saying? It's certain shit. Certain shit you just can't, like, bruh.
And after that had happened, everything was sinking in, and I was saying, like, okay, it's okay, you know, he loves me. If I'm gonna have a relationship with him, like, it has to be this way. And that was the first time. After that, there were several more times in American Gymsters in his car. He lived, I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty close to here, crossing on Crandon on that side. His mom had an apartment. He lived with his mom. It was a 1-bedroom apartment. You know, he took me to his house. A lot of the times his mom was there. A lot of the times his mom wasn't there. Does his mom know everything? I don't know. But I know she definitely, knows that I was there. She knew my age, that I was a minor. In his house, a few times, we would lay down on his bed, watch movies, cuddle naked. He would finger me.
See, bruh. Like you can't 100% tell that man, like you can't 100% say he took advantage of you when you in the bed naked with the man watching movies and shit. You get what I'm saying now? Now, at some point you felt a little comfortable.
A few times, we would lay down on his bed, watch movies, cuddle naked. He would finger me.
Bro, that's so disturbing to hear, bro.
Being completely truthful and open, we did have sex. I have never disclosed it, as my mom now, she would have a heart attack.
And when you're referring to sexual activity, we're talking about
penetration, sex, fingering, touching, kissing.
Okay.
It all.
And approximately how many times, more or less, do you think?
Minimum 10.
10 minimum?
Yeah, I ain't forget, Steve. That shit is weird, bro.
Between when? 2011?
That happened between 2011 and 2012.
And then, on February 26th, 2024, a third woman told detectives her story, and it matched the pattern that had been reported by the other victims.
Oh my lord. I hope they get this nigga life.
What are you able to remember and tell us about what happened between you and Mr. Olea?
A lot, I would say. When I was younger, never thought of anything, it was some inappropriate thinking, but I also knew
he's definitely a problem.
When we talk about this, I want you to be very specific with your ages, even the earliest you can remember how old you were at the time.
It's the fact that, bro, that the parents allowed that shit. Like, bro, if my kids ever go outside, I'm calling my kids every moment of the day, bro. Like, bro, if I gotta pull up on you, I'm pulling up on you, bro. Like, it should have never been that. It should have never got to that point where it's comfortable enough for this man to be able to, you to be able to go to his house. That crossed the line there.
I think I was.
Fuck the private lesson shit. That sounds like some weird shit.
At the time.
Like like another thing, you hear private lessons, what are you gonna think of?
He was a coach for, yeah, I would say I was 10. And he was kind of like a role model at that time. I never kind of looked up to any of my other coaches when I was in gymnastics, and went and he came and he kind of told me how much potential I had and that I would do great in gymnastics, and kind of boosted me up, and I kind of started falling really in love with
This motherfucker is worse than somebody in the music industry, or worse than somebody in the movie industry. Like that's literally the type of pred he is. You know what I mean? Them Disney Channel preds. Motherfuckers like that.
You know, realizing that I was actually better than I thought I was. And I would say when I was like 14 or 15, I had gotten the phone and he had gotten my number.
See, oh my fucking Lord, bro. My kids ain't never getting no goddamn phone.
But he had found my number, and then things kind of, our relationship escalated from there. And it was a relationship as like a brother-sister relationship.
Explain that a little bit more.
So he would tell me, he's like, oh, I'm your brother, you're my little sister, I look after you, and I have a sister, and she's a lot older than me. We have an 18-year age gap. And so at that time, I was like, oh, he's finally somebody that's kind of looking after me. And not that my sister wasn't, but he kind of kept saying, he was like, he wouldn't say I love you, but he'd say I love you, and I love you. Lush as in L-U-C-H, he would say that.
Facts, Tanya, facts. I know some legitimate gymnastics coaches that have cameras all over their facility so they can't be accused of anything like this. So dying staff cannot get away with any type of stuff. Yeah, but he was actually bringing them to his home too. You know what I mean? I just spoke about that earlier. Having a lot of cameras at the facility when you're dealing with minors and stuff like that, so that stuff don't happen too. But it's kind of crazy when you kind of have them brought to your house. You know, that raises 100% suspicion. I don't know why the parents allowed that.
And then
unacceptable.
I started taking private lessons with him.
Yeah, why would y'all start taking private lessons? Who approved that? Did y'all two approve that?
And then he would take me to a gymnastics in Coral Gables area. I can't remember the name.
How old were you when you started the private lessons?
I was about 16.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
And it kind of started where he would play a game with my leg in the car, and he would say, oh, don't touch that, oh no, square. And so he would just kind of like go like this, and I'd be like, okay, you're too much. And I'm like, what are you doing? And those are like some things that I fully remember, because I was just traumatized, because I'm like, why is he touching me? And then at one point he was like, it's okay, you'll be okay, like, I'm safe, you're my brother, you're my sister, whatever, and I was just like, this is weird. But then I do recall he had touched me inappropriately in that area.
Oh, hell no.
When you say...
He would say, oh no, swear, and I'd say, no, 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 and then he was just like, I'm okay, it's okay, and then he would like touch it on the outside part.
Over the clothing?
Over the clothing. Okay. And then he would like rub it and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
this was in his car?
In his car, yeah.
Now, once you started private classes with him, go ahead and explain.
You cannot trust an adult around your kid, bro. And it's sad to say, bro. It's sad to say, even the fucking schools ain't even safe, bruh. The schools ain't even safe. Ain't nowhere safe. The best place your child can be safe at is your goddamn home. And that's the Lord-given truth. Private lesson stuff, though, just because it's a private lesson doesn't mean another adult can't be there to monitor the situation, like a parent or other staff member. Exactly. And when you're doing private lessons, that, like, bringing them to your house should be out of the question, especially if they're a child, bro. Like, that should just be out of the question. I don't give a fuck what it is. Your home? Hell no.
When he would start touching me inappropriately. He would do that game again.
And And for him to drive you to the lesson is absurd as well. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, I would have my parent drop me off. I would have my parent take me. My parent pick me up. Why would I have him take me? That's the only reason why shit started happening. Did you guys allow him to take y'all there multiple times? Like, damn, you ain't decide, all right, let me have my mom take me instead of you taking me. You know?
And when he'd spot me, it was different kind of spotting. It was closer to my heart than it was when it used to be, and that's like my butt area.
Okay.
Closer, more grabbing than, you know, what it should be, more of a spot.
Right.
Hey, see what it do, family.
Touchy-feely.
So opposed to flat-handed like this, more of grabbing.
Grabbing, yeah. And so I was telling him, like, what are you doing? He's like, it's fine. Like, this is normal. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's just
tripping. He
wildin'. He'd tell me these things of just like, he'd say, you're okay. This is fine. Like, we're really close. And then he would just say, like, you're my best friend. You're my sister. And like, almost like in a way grooming me to really be attached to him. And unfortunately I was at the time, because I was just like, I've been bullied all my life and nobody like looked after me. And
got the gang in here.
Hard because he knew that too. I'm being, you know, not knowing how to speak Spanish. At that time, I was from Russia. I had glasses, 4 eyes.
That's a fact, Jazz. That's a fact. If you don't want to hug nobody, I ain't about to push you towards them, baby girl. You ain't got to do that, you know?
Horribly bullied. And he knew that. And he would always tell me, like, oh,
it's dangerous out here.
I'm here. It's me. It's always me. And it just makes me sick now to think about it. Because it's like, it was, I think I was 16, 17, and he took my virginity. And
Casey, we have a gymnastic who's been giving private lessons to minors, and he's been handling them in an inappropriate way. That's unacceptable to us. And we have everybody here who's coming up forward and confessing what happened to them from the gymnastics teacher.
By that, he did it at American Gym Studios at a private lesson.
Okay, so let's talk about that, how that started.
Unfortunate,
and
for sure.
How it occurred.
So we were in a private class, and he kept talking to me about this.
No doubt, brother.
An aversion thing. And
you were 15 or 16 at this time?
16.
16.
I was like 15 or 16, I can't remember.
Insane, bro.
It was a while ago.
Okay.
And then he was like, well, let's play the Ono game. And I was like, at that time, I was uncomfortable. And I, to be frankly honest, I don't know how it escalated to where it did, but he started fingering me once he got to the Ono square.
Okay.
He went under my leotard and started fingering me. And then he was like, I'm just going to do it. We're going to just do it. And that was what.
Oh, they dropped some new files? Damn.
I was on him. And did it.
Okay.
So he was ready. I didn't.
Do you remember if he had anything else besides a condom, lubricants, or anything like that?
That's all I can remember was just the condom. I didn't look anywhere else or anything.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think I had enough here.
Later confirmed that allegations against Olea had surfaced as far back as 2012, including love letters between him and a 14-year-old student. At the time, police never questioned him. He continued coaching for more than a decade until he wouldn't anymore. In February 2024, Oscar Olea was arrested. In August of 2025, he pleaded guilty to 4 felony counts involving sexual activity with minors.
2024? Damn, bro, that's crazy work.
2025, he pleaded guilty to 4 felony counts involving sexual activity with minors. He was sentenced to 12 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 10 years of sex offender probation.
This nigga look like Dracula, boy. We got another Dracula looking at motherfucker, boy. He about to be back out to get revenge, bro. It look like he's smirking too.
And a lifetime requirement to register as a sex offender. This case.
Oh yeah, he That nigga had a major transformation. Look, this nigga had a major transformation, bro. Like, boy, oh boy. Like, that's the shit I be talking about. Like, do you be asking for this shit, bro? And you in Florida State Prison. They about to beat your ass, boy. They about to fuck him up.
Offender probation and a lifetime requirement
They
to
about to
register
beat his
as a
ass.
sex offender. This case wasn't